everyone, welcome to Monday's English lesson. So as always, I'd like you to start off by writing the date and skill into your catch-up book. So the date is Monday the 8th of February 2021 and the skill is to identify features of a set of instructions. So you can pause the video and have a go at that now. Okay, your starter for today then, I would like you to add speech marks to these sentences. So we've got, hello, said Miss B. How are you? Asked Miss D. I'm very cold, replied Miss B. So remember, speech marks, we use a 66 and a 99 and they are used to just hold the words that were actually said by a person or a character in that sentence. Okay, so you can have a go at that now, pause the video, off you go. Okay, so here is what your sentences should have looked like. So he said, hello, said Miss B, and it should just have the speech marks around the word hello, because that's all I actually said. How are you? Asked Miss D. Again, speech marks just around how are you, because Miss Dullum didn't say, how are you? Asked Miss Dullum. That would be a bit strange. And then, I'm very cold, replied Miss B. So you should just have your speech marks around I'm very cold. Well done if you got them right. You can give yourself a big tick. Okay. So this week in English, it's our final week this term with our topic bounce, and then after half term we'll move on to something else. So for this final week of this topic, we are going to be creating and writing our own set of instructions. So I'd like you to think then, you can talk to your talk partner, talk to your adult, or just have a think if you're working on your own, about when we use instructions in our daily lives. So you can pause the video and have a little think about this now. Okay, so we use instructions a lot throughout our daily lives. So in things like playing games, making sure we know the rules, or telling somebody how to play a game. When baking and when cooking, we definitely use instructions then. So they're normally in the form of a recipe, but they are a set of instructions, aren't they? For things like health and safety, making sure that we follow the instructions on how to safely cross the road, for example, making sure we look both ways and pause to make sure that we can't hear or see anything coming. When we wash our hands, so this was something we've all had a lot of practice with, making sure that we follow the instructions to make sure we wash our hands effectively when we are washing our hands, of course. For things like taking care of your pets that you have at home, making sure you follow the instructions, so on the food to give your pets or how to wash your pets, for example. On how to play an instrument. So I know there's some of you at home that are practicing your instruments at the moment in your music lessons, and so definitely needing to follow instructions on how to play your instruments is key. Definitely to complete your home learning tasks or your tasks in school. I know Miss Dullum and I give you lots of instructions in our videos, and I have no doubt that your adults at home are helping you by giving you lots of instructions as well. When we're giving directions, so you might not be doing this much yet, but when you're maybe driving to a friend's house or something, or driving to the shops, if you get lost or if you're not 100% sure where you're going, someone in the passenger seat might just give you a direction, like, oh, next left. Or maybe if you're completely lost and you have to ask somebody, they can give you directions, which is another set of instructions, isn't it? And finally, building things. I know how much many of you at home are loving building things and making your creations. So definitely they can come with a set of instructions. Things like Lego can come through with a set of instructions on how to make something, how to build something. So yeah, we use them a lot, don't we? So it's really important then that we know how to read them and how to write them, because not only do we talk about them all the time, but sometimes you're going to have to write them down as well. So it's good to have a practice now. So over the next few slides, I'm going to read you through a Waggle, and this will also be on the PDF, underneath this video on the website. So you're welcome to print it out and have a look at it if you'd like to. But as I said, it will be in smaller chunks on the slides and I will read through it. So you don't really need it to be printed out. You won't need it for your activities later. But if you'd like to, then it's there for you, of course. And while I read through it, please feel free to pause the video at any time. And I'd like you to discuss what you notice about these instructions. So we're looking at features, obviously. This is our features lesson. So I'd like you to have a little think whilst we're reading through it, what features you can see in this set of instructions. So even from this picture on the slide at the moment, you may already have noticed some features that we use in other things, in other genres of text that we write. So whilst we're going through, I'd like you to keep an eye out on those as well. And at the end, I'll see if you spotted the same ones that I got. Okay. So if you'd like to pause the video and read through this on your own, you're welcome to do that. But of course, I will read through it if not, if it's too small for some of you. Okay, so how to build a snowman and dog. Turn that boring snow day into a snow much fun day by building some of our silly snowmen. You will need warm waterproof shoes and gloves for you. You'll be outside for a while. Gloves, scarf and a hat for the snowman. A belt or collar for the snow dog. 2 sticks for arms. A carrot for a nose. And 5 pebbles for eyes and a nose. Method. So remember to pause the video and have a look at the structure of it if you want to. Method. Make a classic 3-ball snowman with the bottom ball about 2.5, it's our fraction, isn't it? 2.5 feet tall, and stack the 2 smaller balls on top. 2. Push the sticks into the centre snowball for the arms and put the gloves on the ends. 3. Add the pebbles for eyes and a carrot for the nose. Put on the hat and the scarf. 4. To make the dog, start with a 1-foot snowball for the body. Add a smaller ball on top for the head. 5. Add snowballs to make the ears and a snout. 6. Put the pebbles on for eyes and a rock for the nose. 7. Pack snow in the shape of front legs and add a tail in the back so it appears to be wagging. 8. Place the belt around the neck as a collar. Okay, snow school tips. Are you a rookie? A few helpful tips will turn you into a master snowman builder. Start by rolling a batch of snowballs in different sizes and store them in a shady spot until you're ready to construct. Use wet snow for the best results. The snow is wet enough if you are able to form a nice round snowball easily. If the snow is too dry to make a nice ball, mix snow and water in a bucket until you have a good slush. Add it to transform your powder into packed balls, or use it like cement to help connect, smooth and sculpt your snowballs into shape. Okay, so a lot of the features that we're going to use in a set of instructions are to do with their structure, so in how we lay it out. So here is what I had: a title, a hook, what you'll need, bullet points, the method, a list and some top tips at the end. You may have also noticed that there was a picture. I've not put that on here, but of course you might have spotted that as well. So the title at the top was the name of the instructions. The hook, so that's the first sentence underneath the title that reels in the reader and makes them want to find out a little bit more. What you'll need is quite self-explanatory, so that's our subheading that we use to tell the person what they'll need. So that was gloves and a scarf and things like that. Bullet points, so we use a bullet pointed list underneath the subheading what you'll need. Then we go on to the method, so again that's another subheading, isn't it? And under that one we use a list, so we've got numbers on this one. And that tells you each step that we use. And then at the bottom of our set of instructions we had top tips, so that was another subheading that we had. However, we will also use commas in a list and bossy verbs. So commas in a list we've done a lot of work on before Christmas. So at the end of your what you'll need section, at the end of each line there we have a comma to create our list, and bossy verbs. So I'd like you to talk to your talk partner. We know what a verb is. We know that a verb is a doing word. But what is a bossy verb? And I'd like you to see if you can come up with 3 examples of a bossy verb. Okay, pause the video and have a little go at that. Okay, so a bossy verb is a command or an order. So I'd like you to have a look at these sentences and talk to your talk partner. Can you find the bossy verb? So the first one, turn off the lights. Then we've got put the pencil down and push the door. So talk to your talk partner. Can you find the bossy verbs, so the commands, in these 3 sentences? Pause the video, off you go. Okay, so we had turn, put and push were our 3 bossy verbs in those sentences. So for your first task, I would like you to copy these sentences into your book and underline the bossy verbs. So you don't need to do these sentences, you're just doing the sentences in the purple boxes at the bottom here. So you should have tidy your trays, stir the pot and wash your hands. So pause the video and have a go at writing those sentences into your book and underlining the bossy verbs. Okay, so you should have, they've gone. Tidy, stir and wash were the 3 bossy verbs in those sentences that you should have underlined. If you got that, you can give yourselves a tick. Okay, your second task today then is to create a correct set of instructions into your book. So there's a PDF on the website of a set of instructions that have all been jumbled up. So you can either copy them directly into your book or print out the PDF, cut each section up and stick it into the correct order into your book. So you need to think about the structural features that we discussed at the beginning of the lesson and put these instructions into the correct order. Once you've done that, I'd like you to then read through it and see if you can underline the bossy verbs in this set of instructions. So on the PDF on the website, they're all jumbled up into different boxes. If you're printing it out, you can easily cut around each box and stick them into your book in the correct place. If you don't have a printer though, please feel free to open up the PDF on whatever device you're using, and then you can decide, looking at the PDF, which one would go at the top and then copy that into your book, which would go underneath it, copy that into your book, and so on and so on. And then if you get time to underline the bossy verbs as well, obviously because that would take a little bit longer with all the writing, then you can do that as well. So that will be your second task. So you need to make sure you look for the title, the hook, the what you'll need section with the bullet points, the method with the list and some top tips. So here is your steps to success for this lesson. So you must identify the features of a set of instructions. You should put the instructions in the correct order. You could underline the bossy verbs that you find, and you might check these instructions make sense by reenacting them. And finally, your plenary for today. At the end of your instructions that you create, I'd like you to have a little think about if you think these instructions are a good set of instructions or not, and I'd like you to write why. So that's the end of my video for today. So you can rewind if you need to have another look at anything, but it's all on the PDF underneath this video. I hope you enjoy this task and good luck, and I'll see you later. Bye.